has God called your Christian band to do? If you can answer this one question, you can define your Christian band's mission. I'm not talking about the generic answer, we're called to play Christian music for people, or even we want to evangelize the world. You need to be able to define exactly what God has called your specific band to accomplish. This definition will help you describe your band to other people. More importantly, it'll guide you in making almost every decision the band needs to make. For example, the answers to should we play this specific gig? Which cover tunes should we add to our set? And should we order 1,000 CDs or 50? Could all be influenced by a clear definition of your ministry. When you know exactly what God has called your band to do, you can hold up every decision to see if it lines up with your mission. Then the decisions become much easier to make. Every person's and every band's mission is different. Defining that mission does not occur in a day. Getting the entire band to clearly understand their own personal mission and then agree upon a band mission is one of the most important keys to maintaining a long-term ministry. Start by going through this process to define your own personal mission. Then as each band member is added to the band, go over the process again with the band. After the band's mission is initially defined, from time to time it'll be refined. Conversations between band members about the band's mission must be held regularly. Some bands use travel time to talk about mission, while others plan to use band practice time. The how or when your band holds the conversations are not as important as making sure that they happen and that every band member participates. How do you figure out what your band's mission is? God often leads us by training us to do something before He has us do it. While there are always exceptions to this principle, they're usually a one-time or short-term task God uses to grow our faith. Most of us have been given specific personalities and life experiences that prepare us for ministry. When you take all of that training and combine it with the other band members' training, you can often get a very clear idea of what God has equipped your band to do. Start by targeting your audience. The target audience is the group of people your band is most often, but not necessarily exclusively, called to work with. Defining this one component of ministry will help your band decide its mission more than any other. This group is usually defined by age, social and economic status, race, religious preference, and gender. Looking at who the individual band members have worked with in the past can give direction for who the band is probably called to work with in the future. Combine past experience with the group of people your heart is especially drawn towards to get a better idea of your band's target audience. To make it easy, start with some simple demographics. Try to check the one box in each of the groups on the Simple Demographics chart who best defines who you hope to target. Once the band has agreed on the targeted demographics, you should be able to get a picture of what most of your fans will be like. For example, Christian, female and male, 13 to 18 years old, single, Caucasian, middle income, and in the 3 states surrounding your home state. Can you see how these particular demographics would help you define that this band should be booking youth groups in churches in their home state? You could also tell that the band doesn't need to order thousands of CDs because these kids usually download their music. Specific cover tunes can be chosen based on local Christian radio stations' playlists that cater to the band's targeted age group. All the band's decisions get much easier by defining these simple demographics. There's a link below this video for a free PDF checklist of demographics. You can print copies for each member, check the appropriate boxes, and then discuss your choices as a band. Let's look at some of the choices for each of these simple demographics: age, marital status, religion, gender, economic status, race, and geographic location. Age, 0 to 12, 13 to 18, 19 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 49, 50 to 64, or 65 and older. Marital status: single, married, divorced, widowed, or other. Religion: Christian, non-Christian, or other specific religion. Gender: female, male, or both female and male. Economic status: lower income, middle income, or upper income. Race: Caucasian, Hispanic, African American, or other. Be sure to specify. Geographic location: international, national, regional, or local. After defining the simple demographics, the band should discuss even more specific targets, such as inner-city youth groups, men in jail, elderly in nursing homes, or people in recovery. Get as specific as you can. These areas will most likely be refined with prayer and conversations over time. Recognize that the band will not always exclusively play to these demographics, but will attempt to target or play to this group of people most often. Do not assume that everyone in your band is on the same page about the band's target audience simply because your band is currently playing to one demographic. Each band member should fill out the simple demographics and then compare the results together. Talking it out and agreeing as a band will make the band's vision clear to each band member. This clarity will help reduce friction as the band makes decisions for future ministries. Have the conversations about target audience with your Christian band members as soon as possible. Instead of having one big discussion with the band members about defining the band's mission, have smaller conversations about each of these components. After answering the smaller questions, defining the band's mission will be much easier.